was the last day of January and it was a cracking day for a ride. Fantastic weather, good roll up, 7 riders, and we were headed west. After a short break in the Mellawandi State Forest, we continued heading northwest, headed for Widgee. We had a good turnout of riders with Rick, Daryl, Matt and myself on our Honda 300 rallies. We had Tyrone along on his GS 900 BMW. We had Kim on his Husky 701 and Bill along on his Husky 501. So it was a good mix of bikes. Can you spot the large deer going across the track here? There was a heap of wildlife out on the day. First up off Colborne Road, we headed up to the start of the rim track. This is a great track and it takes you around, curves around to the northeast, I guess, and then takes you further on towards Widgee. You can go around the back of Ammermoor on the way. It's there's some great trails up here.
You see the dingo? Pretty healthy walking.
We hadn't seen Ricky and Matt out on their bikes for some time, so it was really good to catch up and have them along again. Conditions were very dry and it was surprising because we'd had some rain earlier in the week. I would have thought we'd had some water out here as well, but it wasn't the case. On the way to Widgee, we sussed out a couple of new track sections that will be included in this year's Honda Rally. There was only one steepish downhill section, but it turned out to be pretty good and everyone got down with no worries at all. We hooked up again into the road around the back of the Ammermoor campground, which is the site where they hold the Gympie Country Music Muster every year. Once we were around there, we headed in to hook up with McGill's Road, which takes us further to the northwest and onwards to Widgee. Headed into Widgee via Little Widgee Road and had about half an hour or 40 minutes break in there to get a bit of food and drink, and then we were headed up to Mount Widgee. It's about another 10 or 15 minutes drive west of the township where we turn into Rattons Road. This takes us up the foothills and then we turn off the right of that at the top of the hill to head to Mount Widgee. The Mount Widgee track is a relatively easy track, but it can get very difficult when it's wet. You also have to look out for the large puddles at the bottom of the hills leading into the mountain, as they the four-wheel drives have really made them deep, so be aware of those if you're riding up there. The track is pretty much suitable for all bikes, but much larger bikes could be a handful, but you want some decent tyres on, at least knobbies or good dual sports, and that'll make the ascent a lot easier. The first kilometre or so of the track is really just undulating hills. Although some of them can be quite steep, you want to get a run off. You're probably in second and third gear at this point, heading up the hill, but it soon turns into a sharp right-hand corner where you need to go back to second on most bikes. At about this point, you're really virtually riding along the top of a ridge, and it starts to get quite a steep drop off on the right hand side the higher up you go. As on all rides, you want to keep a fair lookout for oncoming traffic or traffic coming down. There's bikes and sometimes four-wheel drives, and this isn't so much of an issue down on the lower sections where you can pass each other, but when you get up higher, if you're into second gear and giving it a handful going up one of these steep pinches, that could be a problem if you get head-on traffic there. You can see what I mean by some of these water bogs. Some of them are 2 feet deep. They look fairly innocent, but they can be a lot deeper than they initially look. Over the summer, the lantana has grown quite a bit over here, and it's starting to grow out onto the track in some parts. Still not bad, and but we'll hope that by the end of summer and the onset of winter that it starts to slow up. This is the point in the ascent where it starts to get a little bit steeper, a bit rockier, and a lot thinner. No places to really overtake or pass here, and also the sides of the ridge that you're riding along start to drop away quite extensively. This is the blind right hand corner where you really want to change back to second gear and keep your eye out for oncoming traffic. And once you're around this corner, it starts to climb quite a bit. There's a few little semi-steep pinches, and with compromised traction in some places as well due to loose rocks. But as long as you keep a steady pace up here and don't go too quick, it's doable, as I said, on most bikes. There'd been a lot of wildlife around this morning. We'd seen deer, a large dingo running down the track, which I didn't get on camera, snakes, goannas, and we're about to have an extra surprise a little further up the track. See, by now we're about 7 or 8 minutes into the ride in, and the both sides of this drops away. You're right on the ridge at this point. You'll have to look real hard, but in the trees ahead of me, on just to the right, see if you can spot what I do. That was a real bonus to see a full-grown wedge-tail eagle. They're usually very reclusive and live on mountaintops and so on. So yeah, that was a real bonus for the day. Takes about 8 or 9 minutes to come in, but when you finally get to the top, this is what you met with. One of the best views out in our riding areas.
So we're up at Mount Widgee. Tyrone's got his 900 BMW up here. How was that, mate? How'd you go?
Yeah, took a bit, but got it up first try. Yeah, ran up well.
You just got to believe.
Tractor it up.
Huh? You just got to believe you can. You know,
forward and keep going. Yeah.
Failure, it's not an option, is it? Always a good view up here, isn't it? Oh, you got the right tyres, right? What's the story?
Oh, not much. Happy to make it up.
You
there
always
again.
say that. I can never get anything. You're a second in quietness to Bill.
That's all right. I'm with him.
Bill. Yeah, what he said. That'll be right.
Yeah, mate, good ride after Christmas and New Year by the cobwebs out. Always good out here at Widgee.
Jesus, anyone ever told you you've got a good head for radio?
Yeah, I know, it's good. Keeps the voice.
G'day, mate.
Hey, so we got Rick and Kim. How was it, Rick?
Pretty good. Yeah, a bit of a workout for me.
What gear were you in? Second?
Sometimes, mostly neutral.
Yeah.
Uphill.
No wonder you did it hard. No wonder you did it. What about you, Kim? Second?
Second.
And you didn't see the big wedgie?
Never saw it.
You'll see it on the video.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Is it big? Oh, monstrous.
Can't see it out here flying around.
No, he went out to the side out there, but and he started, maybe you scared him right away, I don't know. But we'll get going down in a minute.
Yeah, it's too hot out there.
Yeah, it's too hot out here.
Yeah,
You want to go?
I think so.
All right, we'll see if we can see this eagle on the way down. Always a great view and breeze up here. Over that direction is probably about southeast towards the Sunshine Coast, just over this way. And Widgee Township is down there. You can see it's around the corner a bit, but it's a nice ride up here, always is. Righto, we'll get going.
word has it that years ago some hang gliders used to come up here and were warned by the town folk that it maybe wasn't a good idea, as the two wedgetails lived up here and bred up here. But they didn't listen to that, and the first weekend apparently they were attacked by an eagle, and that was okay, but they came back the second one and apparently tore open the canopy, and one of them crashed with broken bones and what have you, and I don't think they've been back since.
It is.
Well done. Yeah, good job.
It's only 12. We might go and Imbil for a cold drink, eh? What do you reckon? About an hour away. Where's everyone coming?
Yep.
We then continued along Rattans Road until we came to the Rattans-Kandanga connection, went across there and then headed down Kandanga back to Imbil, where we stopped for a cold drink and a rest before heading home. It had been a great ride. It's always a good day out when all bikes are in one piece and everyone gets home without any injuries, and look forward to the next one. And don't forget, you can catch up with us on Facebook on the Queensland Honda Rally Owners Group page, and also on YouTube for more movies on Itchy Balls Rally. And don't forget also that in May this year, from the 8th to the 10th, we have the Queensland Honda Rally event on, and I hope to see you there.